We're live this morning. See if we can get us some numbers to work with here. The market has opened. It has opened already. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Turn on. There we go. Just finished teaching. Felt like a marathon ride because I put it more than once. Because I had to do a week's worth of work all in one class period when normally we have 2 hour and a half class periods, but I had to cover all of the material at one time. So that was a lot, felt like a lot. Okay. Did we get opened? I don't even see trying to see the opening. Oh, there it is. We opened down this morning. We opened down this here morning. I was trying to make sure I got Adam's numbers. We may have to do those on the fly. You got to do stuff on the fly sometimes. Let me see. Notifications. There we go. Hope everybody had a good night of rest. Got some trades going on. I was asking my community what trades we're in this morning, and I'll ask you too, what trades are you in so far? Yesterday, I wanted to get in some trades. I was all ready, but I had some business to tend to, and it took a whole lot longer than it was supposed to. A lot of different moving parts. Anytime you're incorporating other people, then it took the whole day. So I said, we're not supposed to trade distracted. So I took my own advice yesterday and did not trade distracted, and ended up not being able to trade anything at all. And of course, the stuff that I saw that was going to be good. Oh, it was going to be good. What are we doing? It was going to be good. My trades was going to be good. Ended up, I didn't get them yesterday. I'm at this, now I have to look again and chart again to make sure I can get in on my stuff. See if I want to get in anything today. I was looked at SPY. Remember, I mentioned yesterday that SPY was potentially going to come down out of that resistance area, and it did. It did. Right? This is SPX. This is our open this morning. We opened at 4734 this morning. What are you doing here? We opened at 4734 this morning, going down just a bit. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX is at 1468. So the VIX is up, market down. Those two kind of go opposite one another. We've talked about that before, right? Yahoo Finance is talking about December retail sales beat to cap strong 2023. Investors finally pay heed to pushback on rate cuts. U.S. futures fall amid rate cut reality check. Time is of the essence, and it races to avert another shutdown. It's like every month, it's like we're dealing with that shutdown or not shutting down. The Fed won't be rushed to cut rates. I'm telling you, I'm thinking we won't see a cut in rates until the third quarter if all goes well. Supreme Court stays out of the stays out of Apple Epic dispute. Apple and Epic are disputing, and the Supreme Court says they're not in it. My name is Bennett. I'm not in it. The Dow falls for a third day, loses more than 100 points as yields continue climbing. This is all of our pre-market is red at this point. All of the pre-market for us was red. European markets are all red, down at least 1%. Each of them is down. European stocks sharply lower as investors monitor Davos stock 600 down 1.5%. UK inflation rises. Let's see what's going on in Asia. A little bit of red over there too. A little bit of red over there. Hong Kong shares dropped 3.7%, and mainland China stocks tumble to near 5-year lows. Our calendar for today's Wednesday. a whole lot of needless letters in the day of a week. We had a red folder, 2 red folders at 8:30 this morning. They did come in green though. Core retail sales month over month is 0.4% and retail sales month over month 0.6%. Import prices came in at flat 0.0. We had some people speaking at 9. Industrial production month over month came in at 9:15. It came in green. Capacity utilization rate 78.6, which is what it was last time. Next thing we have coming is business inventories, National Association of Home Buyers, the Beige Book, and then Williams will speak today. So these all are yellow folders, but sometimes yellow folders can still bring a little bit of volatility. So keep that in mind. They can still bring a little bit of volatility. See if anything else is happening on investing.com. Sometimes they have different stuff. Actually, they have all the things I just mentioned. They have them as 2 stars, which would be orange folders. So keep that in mind. 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. They're showing all of these as 2 stars, which is moderate volatility expected. Okay, let's look at what happened yesterday. I can close this one and this one. The market yesterday, I'm changing to the 15 minutes so we can see what SPX did yesterday. It opened down. That first 15-minute candle was here yesterday. I couldn't stay to do the 15-minute, but there's a little bit of a breakout. If we were looking at our breakout, it broke out to the upside just a little bit. It stayed in the middle. This looks like it would have been a good iron condor day, but you don't know that it's going to be a good iron condor day until most of the day is passed. But the price seemed to stay within 2 zones or 2 ranges. So this would have been a good iron condor day. Maybe not so good for the PDT hack because it didn't really go up high enough. And then when it was coming down, depending on where you were here, it didn't go much further. The low of the day was 47.47, and the high of the day was 47.82. So about 35 points between the two. That's, it's good that it can be a good iron condor day. The drawback to that is that when you get up opposite, upside downside, the premiums sometimes aren't where you want them to be because there's not as much movement happening. So you can end up not getting what you're looking for as far as premiums, but you can get money on both sides. That's always good. Getting money on both sides is a good thing. Let's make sure we've got our gap between SPX and ES the same, 47.66, 47.30. It's about 35 gap between the two. So now we can go look and change these numbers here. There's about a 35 gap between the two. Hope y'all can still see my screen. I should have gone to the YouTube channel. That way I could see the comments because right now I cannot see the comments and I want to be able to see the comments. Okay. 35 points. This would be approximately 47 and take away 3, 45, 47, 45. Right? If somebody checks my math, then I'm fine. I'm not above that. I tell my students if they see some bad math on the board, just bring it up. I'm not above making math errors, even though I'm a math teacher. 22. You're taking away 35, right? At 25. There we go. And take away 35, 47, 3. So it's going to be 48. 48 and 35, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay. Oop, come back here. There we go. Too big. What are you doing? Okay, then let's get us XSP. Why are you not opening? XSP, our upper number would be what, 473? That shouldn't be a 3, should it? That should be a 4. And then the top number would be 473, and the maybe other way around. Nope. Okay, that's 472 because that's the bottom number and it's a put. the put credit spread number, and 475 will be the call number. I almost did a 0 DTE on XSP yesterday because I was it probably was like 3 o'clock. I probably could have done it later. I had the numbers, but I was going to do 476 as a call credit spread because I didn't think it was going back up there. I ended up saying, the day's over. I was going to collect $12, which would be fine. I'm fine with $12. Leverage 100 and collect 12. That's cool. But I was like, let me just leave it. My mind had gotten tired by then. Sometimes when your mind gets tired, you also have to cause that as being distracted. I had tired out my mentals yesterday dealing with that situation. All right, let's read Adam's numbers. Clean follow through in SPX, and after a brutal day of chop, traders feel rewarded with the trend. 47.45 is key support, and it failed this morning. I posted the bulls had 15 minutes to reclaim or we head lower. They didn't, and we sold. 47.33 is the first down. We've hit it. 47.22 to 25 is next. We must reclaim 47.48 in order to rally. And so I put 475. Actually, the rally may take you up a little bit higher. Okay, may take you up a little bit higher. Let's see what we got in for some people. Hey, Royal Diadem. Jermaine, good morning. Tamar, good morning. Lady T. 2 orders didn't get filled. Lady T, I hear you. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Karen. Hey, Tamar. I read that last night too. Rate cuts may not come till much later this year. An interesting read. If you find that, Tamar, you can put it in our chat and we can read too. Good morning, Dianya, and good morning, Sizzling. Good morning, all you all. So, I want to go back to the chart. Did I just delete the chart? Where did I put the chart? Nope, not here. I need to be here. Okay, I got to go back and grab that though, so I can share my screen. StreamYard, share your screen. Share your screen. Share your screen. Okay. I think saw somebody said they had ENPH as a call credit spread from yesterday. We talked about ENPH in the morning, and we talked about it yesterday morning. And if you had a call credit spread, you're in good shape. We now have this it's a seller's gap now that has come on, and it's in the middle of the buyer's gap. Okay, so this is a gap. I'm going to turn this one red so that way we'll know. And then we'll put another one. Who else has a trade they opened up yesterday? Who else has a trade they opened yesterday? This is the red part. Let me change this red. That way we'll know. Where's my color? There we go. The red one is the seller's gap. Anybody else open up some trades? My YouTube does not want to open this morning. ENPH call credit spread should be doing okay. We talked about, I mentioned SPY yesterday, which this big old jump down. Definitely at this point. This to take this support off because we got a gap now. I probably could have just used it as a gap. We got a seller's gap. We had a seller's gap yesterday. It sold for a gap yesterday, and we've now got a seller's gap for today. So we've got one big humongo seller's gap. Nope, don't want you to go there. Poop. Sellers gaps. It's got sellers gaps here. These are what these are, is all sellers gaps. Support though for SPY is at 467. Okay, so if you're doing call credit spreads, you may want to get the top of this gap, the 474.97, or the top of this other one, 476.58. If you're going to do it with the call credit spread, you may want to get up above this gap with the thought that it will go down to this support. Volume is picking up a little bit, so there may be some help to help it go down. Call credit spread may work there. I'm trying to see the comments, so let me give me a minute because YouTube doesn't want to seem to open. This is Amazon we're looking at. Another one. Seems like all of them, all three of these charts look almost the same. Y'all see that? When I put in SPY, this is what the SPY chart looks like. And then I changed it to Amazon and it looks almost the same. Y'all see that? It looked the same as EMPH. EMPH looked like that too. Seller's gap just jumped down, which is one of the reasons why we used to trade SPY as 1 DTEs, right? We used to enter on Tuesday, exit on Wednesday, enter on Thursday, exit on Friday. We used to do that. That's how I'll say that's how I got my start. But after the volatility got really crazy, we started seeing that it was gapping up and down in the morning. It was gapping, up or gapping down in the mornings. And a trade that would close at the end of the day fine was with a gap up or a gap down was ending up being breached or getting breached in the morning. So we had to stop using the 0 DTE and we basically went to the 1 DTE because we could go to 1 DTE and still be able to see what was going on. Let me see if I can open my YouTube.
Stop.
No.
If you are buying options, you're wasting your...
You'll hear the guy says, if you're buying options, you're wasting your money. Let me see. I want my channel. No. I don't know why you won't let me go back. I want to go back to my channel. None of the devices want to act right this morning. Let's see what other comments we have here. SOXL put credit spread. Let's see what that's all about. PCS 26.5. Ah, la la. Where are you going? There we go. My channel. I don't want Tim Ross. I want to be live. I'm live. I'm live today. It doesn't seem to want me to go to my own channel. Ooh. I don't even see the current video. Oh, there it is. That's running right now. Got it. Now I can see y'all. And y'all can see me just looking at my screen. Okay, SOXL. Let me share again. Anybody anticipating a trade today that they want us to take a look at? We had some good stuff on our list. The XOXL chart don't look like the others. 26.5 would be good. At this point, we want SOXL to hold up. Taiwan Semiconductors has earnings. I want to say it's tomorrow. We're going to go look at that here in a minute. 26.5. That's right here at the top of this gap is where that is. Lady T, as if this price comes down and it starts to get into this gap, you're going to want to make sure that you're watching it. Okay, because sometimes the gap may want to fill all the way, and if it fills that gap all the way, it's going to go through your trade. So keep an eye on it. You got a couple days, so don't. I'm not trying to say that so you can get nervous. Just saying that. Just keep an eye on it. All right. I never did share my screen. Never did push allow. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Sorry, y'all. This is what SOXL looks like from yesterday. Resistance would actually be up here now from yesterday's candle. This morning we've got a little bit. I think this is today. Yep, we got a little bit of downward ride going today, but you want to keep an eye on as it comes down into your space here. Make sure it doesn't come too far past that gap. I need to turn on my Thinkorswim, but let me go grab. Let's go look at some other stuff first. Slides. We're looking now at our earnings. Earnings for this morning was Charles Schwab, Prologis, Bancorp, and Citizens Bank. Aftermarket today, we're going to have Alcoa, Discover, Wintrust, Kinder Morgan, that says Synovus, and HB Fuller. Those are all for today. And then tomorrow morning, we got Taiwan Semiconductors. Remember, Taiwan Semiconductors is in SOXL. Okay. I can't see what that is. Fastenal, Truist Bank, First Horizon, M&T Bank, Key Bank, Northern Trust, Insteel. Can't see that down there either. That's all tomorrow morning. Okay, this is somebody's bank. I can't see it. It's too little. Okay, wait. Oh, Texas Capital Bank. That's what that is. Texas Capital. I made it bigger. Texas Capital Bank is there. Those aren't Adam's numbers. Here's where this was our trades list that we were working with. Again, it's a graphic that's in all the social media places. Small account challenge is starting up on February the 5th. Be sure that if you're interested, you want to join in and take advantage of that. We're going to be there doing that February 5th through March the 1st. Okay, you want to make sure that you're hanging out with us. If you want to be there, you can go to educatortotrader.com to join in on that. E2T membership is still running. Today, this evening, we have our Wednesday meeting. We meet on Wednesdays at 7 in the evening where we do some training or coaching or teaching, depends on what the topic is we need. And today we're going to talk about, this evening, we're going to talk about cash secure puts. We're doing a review of cash secure puts. We've talked about it a while, but our membership does, it ebbs and flows. We don't have a lot of turnover, but we do bring in and bring on new folks, and we can't assume everybody knows all the stuff we know. So we sometimes review. Sometimes I'll say something that somebody who's heard it a bunch of times may say, oh, I didn't know that part. Somebody else didn't know anything, and they're tuned all the way in. That's all in the membership. And then of course, first Saturday of the month, we always do our monthly coaching. This month though, we're doing what are we doing? What's that thing called? Chart your way to 100K. That's what we're doing. You can check the memberships of mine at YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. But we do have a membership. The booster level membership is going to continue letting you see this morning call. The morning call. I'm doing it at this point for the world, but at some point this will go back inside the membership, which is where it was before. And once it's back inside the membership, it'll only be able to be seen by the people who are within either the large membership of the, with include all the bells and whistles, which includes a Telegram group and its community support and all that good stuff, or the ones who are in the booster. If you're in one of those two places, you'll be able to see this morning call. But if not, then not. Okay, don't forget, we're still going left there. We're still going left. Alrighty. I want it to stop sharing now. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there is a, let me turn on my Thinkorswim, see if I can get some power from there. I'll turn this chart off because this is going to, where's the VIX? VIX is up to 15. 15. It was 14 something when we started this call. It's at 15 now. The VIX is at 15. When you all look at this on YouTube, does the bottom thing look all blurry? I think it's just the signal in here. Looks all blurry for me. Salesforce CEO on how AI is shaping the future. Come on, Thinkorswim, open up. We need to look at to see how are the Bitcoin stocks. How are those How are those doing? See how those are coming along. Y'all see my Stanley cup? I got reduced. I got the reduced cups. I had one student talking about he had a book. He had bought the book for my class, and it turns out he didn't need the book. So I said you could always go and take it back and get your money back. So he said that he could only use the money in the bookstore. So it didn't, buy him anything to do that. And I said, well, you could always go and trade it in for a Stanley Cup. What's jacked is that the Stanley Cup costs about as much as the book. Okay, Thinkorswim, open up. What are we doing? Here we go. The Stanley Cup probably costs about as much as the book. Not as much, not quite as much. I'm not hating on anybody who buys a Stanley Cup. I think they're cute. I think they're really cute. What I think is so interesting though is it just became a thing so fast. It was like nobody was talking about Stanley Cups. Then it was like a few influencers were starting to use Stanley Cups on their TikTok videos. Next thing you know, Stanley Cups was a thing. It's like a whole situation. A whole situation. What do we want to look at? I want to go look at the SOXL. So today, 26.5 on SOXL is showing a 61% probability out of the money, and we've got plus or minus 1.7. So if we take away 1.7 from our, 27 here, we're probably going to be at like 25 and some change. So you do want to, like I said, Lady T, to keep an eye on that trade. Make sure SOXL don't try to go down too far because 26.5 is about 50 cent below where we currently are. Right? Just keep an eye out for it. INTC. I was going to say Taiwan Semiconductors, but they have an earnings tomorrow. We don't really trade stuff when they're in the midst of earnings because that's just asking for trouble. Let's see. This is INTC. It's still just kind of sitting. Now it's sitting on this support from based on today's gap down and the price as it's moved today, but it's definitely solidly sitting on this support now. We looked at XLB a couple days ago, and we looked at it on the daily chart and the weekly chart. We had talked in our chart your way to 100K. We talked about how it had come down into close below the low of a high day. We had this discussion on that call on Saturday, and which basically can indicate it had more room to go down, and it has done just that. This is one of the ones I was going to trade yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to trade it yesterday. But now it has. It would have definitely dropped down into the zone. Let's see. We need to move. Let's move this to. It's now a gap, which actually we probably could move this one because it is a. We got a seller's gap from yesterday. It jumped down yesterday for a gap, and it jumped down again this morning with a gap. Okay. Put another one right here. Why did I put that line there? Did I put that line there for support? We're on the daily chart. Basically now this trying to fill the gap from today. It's going up a bit, so it maybe hit the support down here. Let me go ahead and put this support line down here. Right, $81 is support, and it's currently at $82. 81.05 is support, and it's currently at 82. So let's go see where there's another support down here, because we may want to be just a little bit lower, even though at this point XLB has a call credit spread would be your better move. Your slowdown is probably $80. Definitely would go above these gaps, maybe up to 83.47. Let's see what's here. If we were looking for a call credit spread for XLB, it's right here at it. 66% is 82.5, and 80% probability is at the 83 and 0.93. That's about right. So if we switch this over, let's see if there's any premiums. 83, 83.5, not a dime. Look at there. Well, $7. Take that back. $7 to leverage 100. Or if you turn this into, you could turn it into a full, one spread and collect $10. Collect $10. One of the ways you can make this work for you too is you can put this extra, like add some other things here that you want. If you want more money, you can put more money in the price box, right? Put more money in the price box. As price comes closer, you're gonna get it'll you'll get more money for even though it says now it's worth $10. If you want to get more, then put more in the box, but that means you just got to wait. It's going to have to work a little while. So when you put it on working, it's going to have to work a little bit, because currently the price, it says here, is 12.5 and I'm asking for 13, so it's going to work a minute um before it goes ahead and feels. That's how that goes. Okay. Lady T said, please bow your heads in prayer. Yes, we want to be sure that all is well with all of our trades. So that way, if it don't go well, SOXL's going up now. It's going up the other way. It's going up the other way. I want to go check on SPX and XSP, see if there's our 15 minutes there, see if we've got an opportunity maybe for a breakout. Let's put us on the 15-minute chart. See if we got a breakout. Might be able to do a PDT hack or something. Doesn't look like we're breaking out just yet, but let's go see. We want to put our candles, our legs here, lines on the outside of the 15-minute candle. So we're going with that big red one, right? Notice how, see, this is where you got to be mindful. 10 o'clock turnaround. We're at 10 o'clock and the market it's turning around. You have to watch these, I won't call them omens. They're kind of like wives' tales, but they sometimes hold, right? But this first 15 minute, 10 o'clock though, it comes and it turns around sometimes. Not always, nothing's ever every time, but it turns around. So 10 o'clock turnaround is here. You want to make sure that it breaks all the way out of this window before you go and do you a trade. You want it to break out all the way. All the way. We want it to break out all the way. Okay? So what's going on with that? Lady T, you got friends who will pray with you. You got friends who will pray with you. SPY looks exactly the same as SPX, obviously. Let's see if we go to the daily. I think we talked about daily chart. If you were going to trade, I would not do 0 DTE on SPY, because you'll have to be concerned about the getting a sign. Do it on XSP. If you're looking for a one spread, do it on XSP. Okay. I said I was going to check out what is AMC up to these. We used to trade AMC all the time, and I think they're still down in the $4. AMC just down here in the $4 range. They did a reverse split and it backfired, right? So now we're here in the $4. They do AMC just likes the $4 range, to be honest. They like the $4 range, but the premiums down here aren't bad for AMC, $3.50 to $4. If you were going to do a put credit spread, it's paying $7 for a 50-cent spread. Premiums aren't really bad on AMC. We used to trade them all the time. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Yeah, Michelle, backfired is an understatement. Yeah, and got a lot of us caught in it. I got caught with I had one cash secure put, and when they did their thing, I ended up with 10 shares or 11 shares of something at $30 that is worth 4 now. So it's like all in one night, like can't get rid of it. So you just hold on and see what happens. Sometimes you get sick of looking at it though, and you just cut your losses and say, I'm tired of looking at it. So how you just go and cut it off so you don't have to look at it anymore. I'll do that. Sometimes be like, well, eh, you know, tired of seeing you. Tired of seeing you. All right, let's go ahead and do our declaration. E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare that my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level headed trader. I declare I am a level headed trader who does not trade my emotions. When I talk fast, the words run together. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. 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 All righty. Listen, we're going to have a good green day today. We're going to trade what we see. That's the key here. You always, always trade what you see, right? Don't trade what we want to see. Trade what you really do see. Alrighty. I am not going live at 2 o'clock today. I've got to contend with the business that did not finish yesterday. So I won't be going live. But for my community, I will see you all later this evening at 7. And I'll definitely see you in the chat. Our chat was so dry yesterday. Oh my goodness. It was like nobody's talking, nobody's home. It's like timber wolves and tumbleweed was in there. So I will see you all. I will see you all in the chat. All right, we do two things in this community. Boom, 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 boom. We want to stay green and we want to get this money. Everybody have a good green day. All right. I'll see you in the market. See you in the market, everyone. Bye bye.